this representation to ensure even representation in government appointments, promoting inclusion and balance across Nigeria's diverse regions. In what he described as an alleged violation of federal character, the senator representing Borno South Senatorial District, Ali Udume, has criticized the administration of President Bola Tinubu over what he described as the lopsided nature of recent political appointments. During an interview, Udume expressed concern over what he sees as deliberate infractions of Section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, which mandates that appointment must reflect Nigeria's federal character to ensure national unity. Reacting, the majority leader of the Edo State House of Assembly, Jonathan Ibamau, and member representing Owan East constituency, Okaka Eric Harrison, said Senator Udume is only play politics because the present political calculation is not in his favor.
The trending statement made by Ali Udume, I think it's something not to be taken to heart by anyone. Why? Because Ali Udume is known for raising alarm. It's an alarmist. So I think a lot of Nigerians know him for that. What is accusing President Tinubu of doing now is not compared in any way to what President Buhari did. He never saw anything wrong. For himself, we should really even report that. If we say we are one Nigerians, we should really report that way some of this country. This country should do many stuff and things based on merit. And I think if we are guided by merit, this country will still be the limits of this country.
So for me, I think that complaint is just too early, and it is misplaced. Misplaced in the sense that just as they say, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. You must know that when you enjoy your own 8 year, your people were patronized with political appointment and all the rest. Now it is a turn of the South. Let you also enjoy that to some extent.
In their separate contributions, Barrister Tim Bejume and Phil Aroje believe that Udume, who was silenced in former President Buhari's 8 years administration of lopsided appointments, lacks the moral right to criticize the current federal government.
I'm sure even though his appointment is also lopsided, but to some extent he has also spread his appointment compared to the administration of Buhari. So Udume lacks the moral right or the moral credibility to actually criticize President Tinubu.
You do not expect that when a man is in a position of authority that he will appoint his enemies or empower his enemies. If he feels that the current president had done what he considers failure on the federal character principles, he should wait when it is his turn to do otherwise.
However, King David and Charles Omodiagbe gave a different perspective.
I think Senator Ali Udume stayed in total subscription to his adumbration, because it is the wisest thing to do. When good men keep silent, evil prevail.
I think the senator is right to an extent. It is right because it reflects both the key positions. The key positions is what we are looking at now are going to a particular set of persons. So I think the president to come up with what is going to it depends as it is going to be clear the federal character as extra in the Constitution.
One of the Federal Character Commission duty is to work out an equitable formula subject to the approval of the President. Miriam Ogeyeme, EBS News.
The total silence of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and other affiliate unions in Nigeria, even in the face of so many anti-government policies and programs, have been attributed to lack of courage to engage government. Some respondents in Benin City said this against the backdrop of the recent happenings in all sectors of the country, which the labour movement have failed to interface with government. EBS Friday Himoto, who sought the views of respondents on whether the labour movement still exists in Nigeria, tells us more.
Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution as amended guarantees the freedom of association, including the right to form or join a trade union, which is essential for collective bargaining and strike action. This power of the NLC and other affiliate unions, which among other things, to protect the rights of workers and interface with government, has been crippled. The recent hike in petroleum pump price, hike in electricity tariff, high cost of living, among others, are some of the anti-government policies which the present NLC and other affiliate unions are supposed to address. The question on the minds of 90% of Nigerians is whether the labor movement still exists in Nigeria. Chairman Nigerian Union of Journalists, Edo State Council, Comrade Festus Alenke, and human rights activist Kola Edokbai say the aim of the present NLC and other affiliate unions have been defeated owing to the happenings in the country, even as they used Comrade Adams Oshomole and Michael Imodu as case study.
I want to appeal very strongly to all the affiliate members of the Nigeria Labour Congress to embark on a summit and rejig themselves and ensure that they remain the voices of the people the way it used to be.
So for me to go to say cardboard the glory of the vibrant leadership has departed from NSC to the extent that NSC today are regarded as toothless bulldog. They have the capacity to back, but they don't have the capacity to bite.
For Roy Orivabo, who is a human rights activist, though the labor movement still exists, but they are overwhelmed by governments.
They are overwhelmed in the sense that, over the years, they have evolved. Some personality came out of Nigeria, the labor movement struggle, and with the Nigerians took them very serious. These are not the personalities that are now in government. Therefore, it's going to be practically impossible for you to engage them because they know the roots, they know the tricks, they know the gimmicks.
Other respondents, Margaret Mewe, Ismail Alowolodu, Matthew Aliogo, and Suleiman Aliu, corruption has eaten deep into the fabrics of the Nigerian Labour Congress and other affiliate unions, as they can no longer say anything against the governments.
So we have to suffer in silence. When the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do?
People say, allegedly, it is now said that maybe they collected something, and as a result of that, all we see is just a chara, it's just direct, it's just fake.
The system is corrupt. That is why. Once you are corrupted, you take money from people. You can't say the truth again. Don't do what is right because you already saw your fingers.
That thing that you call the NLC issue or the labor issues. So it's a matter of morality, it's a matter of integrity, it's a character. What defines a man is his character.
It is, however, the opinion of the respondents that the NLC and other affiliate unions need to be reorganized for effective service delivery. Friday Ehimoto, EBS News.
The House of Representatives Labour Party caucus has described as laughable, naive and misleading the purported appointment of another lawmaker as caucus leader by the embattled former national chairman of the party, Julius Abure. The caucus made this clarification in a statement signed by the leader, Victor Ogene, on Tuesday in response to several inquiries from the media and other party faithful arising from developments after the Supreme Court's pronouncement sacking the LP chairman. In response to an earlier statement by the caucus, which welcomed last Friday's Supreme Court judgment and indicated willingness to work for the internal peace and progress of the party under the leadership of the National Caretaker Committee, NCC, led by Senator Esther Nenadi Usman, Abure yesterday announced the sacking of AFAM Victor Ogene as the caucus leader. But the Labour Party reps have emphasized that the position of a caucus leader is not an office based on appointment. Rather, the leader is chosen or elected by peers based on their own conviction of his or her leadership qualities and capacity to speak on their behalf in the overall interest of the party and the people they represent. Some elders and indigents of Owe village in Ipubaoha local government area of Edo State have appealed to the palace of the Benin monarch and the Benin Traditional Council over the suspension of their Enogie Iduriase Adun Oyemese. They made the appeal at an enlarged meeting in the community this Tuesday. We'll bring you details of this report as the bulletin progresses. You're still watching the EBS Comprehensive News. We go for a second break. When we come back, a Benin High Court to hear an alleged case of attempted murder, arson, and malicious damage later in May. Details of this and more when we come back. Please stay.